Georgetown is full of things to do. As I love the water, I wanted to check out the options for boat tours, possibly paddleboarding, canoeing, kayaking, and so on. And as it turns out, you can do just that. There are several companies along the waterfront that offer paddleboard rentals, kayak and canoe rentals, as well as boat tours. And if you're there in the winter, the fountain at the Washington Harbor turns into an ice skating rink. There is no end to options for shopping either. There are outdoor stores, high-end retail shops, jewelers, trading clothes shops, used bookshops, new bookshops, bicycle shops. The list is endless. There is even a place called Dog Tag Bakery, which is a non-profit cafe that is staffed by veterans and also sells dog biscuits. And there is also a cat cafe for those cat lovers out there. Which for me it was pretty hard to avoid going to, even though it seemed a little expensive. I think when I was there, if I remember correctly, it was $15 for 15 minutes. But when I checked the website earlier today, it was 30 minutes for $25. But at the same time, the money goes to the care of the animals and their care and their needs. So in my mind, it's money well spent. Georgetown is DC's oldest neighborhood. It attracts people from every walk of life, from artists to budding professionals to new visitors, just to name a few. Therefore, dining in Georgetown fills nearly everyone's desire for great tasting food. There are unique fast food type joints, high-scale restaurants, sidewalk cafes, top-notch dessert places, and the famous Georgetown Cupcake Shop as well. You can find a number of waterfront restaurants that offer delicious food as well as gorgeous scenic views. And Georgetown also has a number of elite hotels which are accompanied by elite restaurants. At the Four Seasons, for example, you have a place called Bourbon Steak, and you also have Cut by Wolfgang Puck in this area. There are classic restaurants that will surely fit everyone's taste. If you happen to have more time to spend in Georgetown, there are various options for music and entertainment. There are a few jazz clubs if jazz is what you fancy, and you can also find piano recitals. You can find live music in many places, and in particular in the downtown square. I heard that there was folk music at a winery when I was there, and then you can also find the occasional soloist playing somewhere on the street, which it's always great to support local artists as well. Something else that I found, or rather my sister pointed out, were these trees with open knots. She told me that she had seen them all over DC, and they have many figurines stuffed inside. I asked a few people what the significance of either the knot or the placement of all the figurines was, and nobody really knew. So if you have an idea, please leave it in the comment section because I'm dying to know. And I cannot find any information online to support or provide the reason behind these figurines in the trees. Another thing that I enjoyed was watching the boats pass through the canal. Now, I've been to the Panama Canal in Panama and the Suez Canal in Egypt, and those were pretty impressive, but this one was also pretty cool too because it has a great history. To give you an idea of how cool the story is, George Washington, who was the first president of the United States, dreamed of a canal that would connect the Potomac to the Ohio River Valley. And although it didn't quite end up this far, it nevertheless was used for cargo and passenger transport for many years. The canal, they started to build the canal in 1828 and finished in 1850. And flooding occasionally occurred, but in 1924 there was a big enough flood coupled with a new rail system that eventually brought the canal into disrepair. At one point, the government wanted to fill it in and make it a parking lot or add to the concrete jungle. But thankfully, conservationists were able to get the area designated as a National Historical Park in 1971. Once you see Georgetown and the canal, I think you'll be glad that it's preserved. Much more exciting than yet another parking lot. Although the canal operated for nearly 100 years, it initially served as the main method of transportation for different products, such as coal, lumber, and agricultural products. They would make their way along the Potomac River and then be sold onto other merchants from there. And the canal between or up to, I guess, about the late 1800s, you can see the towpath along the side of the canal. During this time, it was actually pulled by mules, not by people. So the mules were harnessed to the boat with ropes, and they would kind of guide the boat along the canal. My favorite thing to do in Georgetown was simply walk along the canal and walk around the old neighborhoods of the city. Georgetown is riddled with famous homes of politicians, former presidents, celebrities, famous chefs, and so on. And so the architecture is really interesting as well because it's some of the oldest in the United States, and it gives you a glimpse into what old America may have been like. Some areas still have cobblestone streets, which are sure to feel like a blast from the past. And the houses in the area definitely come with a price tag. I saw prices of 2 and 3 bedroom homes that start around $500,000 up to $1 million. And they do not come with a garage, so you need to be sure and have your bicycle handy. But the neighborhoods are also great to walk around just for exercise. And you can definitely feel this old town feel that's quite different from the hustle and bustle of other parts of DC. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Georgetown has a lot to offer pretty much everyone in the group. The harder part is actually deciding on something to do and a place to eat because the options are so varied. So I hope you get to spend some time here, and if you've already been, please let me know in the comment section and share your experiences because everyone has a different experience based on previous experiences and the things that they desire to do. And also don't forget to subscribe as I am posting travel videos often, and be sure to share with a friend if you think they might enjoy my videos as well.